Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into something that gets overlooked when it comes to our health, and that is the impact of negative relationships on our physical and mental well-being. You might be surprised to learn just how deeply toxic relationships can affect your health and how much better you'll feel once you address them. In today's video, I'm going to share why these relationships can be so harmful and offer some practical strategies for managing, distancing, or even cutting ties with them for good. So, if you've ever felt drained, stressed, or overwhelmed by certain people in your life, this video is for you. So, let's start by why toxic relationships can be so damaging. You see, our relationships have a huge impact on our overall health, both physically and mentally. Positive, supportive relationships nurture us, but toxic relationships can drain our energy, increase our stress, and contribute to long term health issues. When we're in a negative or toxic relationship, our bodies are often in a constant state of stress. You've probably heard of the fight or flight response, right? Well, when we're constantly exposed to negativity or emotional turbulence, whether it's from a critical partner, a controlling friend, or even a toxic family member, our body remains in that state of heightened stress. And this chronic stress leads to a range of physical problems like weakened immune system, leaving us more vulnerable to illnesses, sleep problems, either insomnia or feeling restless, which only adds to the stress, increased blood pressure, putting us at risk for heart disease, digestive issues. Stress can worsen conditions like IBS or acid reflux, mental health problems such as anxiety, depression, or emotional exhaustion. The emotional toll is just as heavy. Negative relationships can trigger feelings of self doubt, guilt, and even shame. Over time, this erodes our self esteem and can lead to a negative self image. But here's the thing, you don't have to suffer in silence. There are ways to manage and even remove these toxic influences from your life. Before we talk about how to deal with these relationships, let's first discuss how to recognize them. Toxic relationships can be sneaky sometimes because we don't realize how damaging they are until we take a step back. But here's some signs you might be dealing with a toxic relationship. Number one, constant drama or conflict. If every interaction with a person feels like a battle, or if there's always emotional chaos, this is a sign that the relationship is draining you. Healthy relationships should feel supportive and not exhausting. Number two, feeling unsupported or unappreciated. A toxic relationship often makes you feel undervalued and unsupported, like your efforts just go unnoticed. It could be a partner who never acknowledges you or your achievements, or a friend who always makes you feel like you're not enough. Number three, manipulation or control. Do you feel like someone is always trying to control your decisions or like they're using guilt to get what they want? Manipulative behaviors can be emotional abuse, and they often lead to a sense of powerlessness and frustration. Number four, diminishing self-worth. Toxic people tend to put others down, whether it's through criticism, belittling, or subtle insults. Over time, these comments chip away at your confidence, leading to feelings of inadequacy and self doubt. And number five, you feel drained after spending time together. If every time you hang out with somebody you feel exhausted mentally and emotionally, that's a clear sign of a toxic dynamic. Healthy relationships leave you uplifted and even after challenging situations and conversations. Now that we've recognized the signs, let's talk about how to handle these relationships. Here are some strategies to help you protect your well-being while managing negative influences. Number one, set clear boundaries. Setting boundaries is essential in any relationship, but it's especially important in toxic ones. Boundaries might look like saying no to certain requests, limiting the amount of time you spend with the person, or just clearly communicating that the behavior is unacceptable. For example, you might say, I'm not comfortable with the way you speak to me, and I need that to stop. It might be uncomfortable at first, but boundaries are non negotiable if you want to protect your health. Number two, limit time with toxic people. If setting boundaries doesn't work, it might be time to limit how much time you spend with somebody. If you can't fully cut ties right away, start by reducing your exposure to the negative energy. Spend more time with people who uplift you and prioritize self-care. Number three, practice emotional detachment. Emotional detachment doesn't mean you stop caring about the person. It means you stop taking their negativity personally. When someone criticizes you or treats you poorly, try not to absorb their emotions. Remember, their issues are their issues, not yours. Number four, seek support. Surround yourself with people who nourish you. Having a solid support system can make it easier to deal with negative relationships. Talk to somebody you trust, a friend, a family member, a therapist, a coach, about what you're experiencing. Sometimes just having somebody listen can make a world of difference. Consider distance or cutting ties. In some cases, the best solution is to distance yourself from toxic people. If a relationship is causing you too much harm and the person is unwilling to change or they don't even recognize it, it might be time to seriously consider cutting ties for your health and well-being. It's okay to choose yourself. If you don't owe anyone your time or energy if they're not treating you with respect, period. So here's the thing. While toxic relationships can bring you down, healthy relationships have the opposite effect. When you surround yourself with people who support you, encourage you, and make you feel good about yourself, your health and well-being improve. Positive relationships can help things such as lowering your stress levels, improving your mental and emotional health, boosting your self-esteem and your confidence. And they provide you with motivation and accountability on your fitness journey. Remember, you are worthy of love, respect, and positivity. And don't forget, you have the power to create the kind of relationships that support your healthiest, happiest life. So, to wrap it up, toxic relationships can have a serious impact on your health, but by recognizing the signs, setting boundaries, and choosing your circle carefully, you can protect your well being. Don't be afraid to distance yourself from negativity because when you prioritize your mental and physical health, you'll feel more balanced, more energized, and more in control of your life. I hope this video gave you some clarity and practical tips for dealing with toxic relationships. If you found it helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe for more tips, and share this video with anybody who might need it. And in the comments, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you experienced negative relationships affecting your health? How did you handle it? Let's start a conversation. Thank you for watching, and remember, you are deserving of healthy relationships that support and uplift you. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.